Hello students of Class 12 Cbse Computer Science with Python, welcome to TechBox 247. In this video, we are going to review and analyze section E under your board question paper series. Hope all are doing great, and if you have not yet subscribed my channel, please support and kindly subscribe my channel and share it with your friends also. If you find this video is useful, please press the bell icon. Okay, so come on, let us move on to the video quickly. So we are under the section E. So let us read the question number 33. Infotainment Limited is an event management company with its prime office located in Bangalore. The company is planning to open its new division at 3 different locations in Chennai named as Vajra, Trishula and Sudarshana. You, as a networking expert, need to suggest solutions to the questions in the part 1 to 5, keeping in mind the distances and other given parameters. So the given Bangalore office here. So this is your Bangalore office, and under the Chennai divisions, we are having the different location named as Vajra, Sudarshana and Trishula. So they have given the distances between the various locations is given. For Vajra to Trishula, it is 350 meters. And for Trishula to Sudarshana, it is 450 meters. And Sudarshana to Vajra, it is 300 meters. And for Bangalore office to Chennai, it is 2000 kilometers. Okay, then number of computers installed at various locations. So for Vajra, it is having 120 computers, and for Sudarshana, it is having 75 computers, and for Trishula, it is having 65 computers, and under the Bangalore office, it is having 250 computers. Okay, so let us read the question now. Suggest and draw the cable layout to efficiently connect various locations in Chennai division for connecting the digital devices. So they are asking to draw a cable layout only for the Chennai division. So let us see the Chennai division here. So under the Chennai divisions, we are having Vajra, Sudarshana and Trishula. Out of this, we are having 120 computers in Vajra unit. So we can give the connections from Vajra to the remaining connections like this. Okay, this is the way to draw the cable layout. Okay, if we are having n number of locations, so if you are having n locations, so you have to connect it with n minus 1 cables. So here n represents the number of locations. Okay, so the number of locations here given, it is 3. So n is equal to 3, which is Vajra, Trishula and Sudarshana. So n is equal to 3. So we needed n minus 1 wires, so which is 3 minus 1. So we needed 2 cables. So understand, we needed 2 cables. So this is how you should draw this cable layout. So this is the concept. You should understand that for n locations, you needed n minus 1 cables. Understand? So let us move on to the next question. Which block in Chennai division should host the server? Justify your answer. So under the Chennai division, where the server is to be loaded. So these are the Chennai divisions, Vajra, Sudarshana and Trishula. So the server should be installed where there is a maximum number of computers, which is your Vajra, that is your 120 computers. So you can answer Vajra as it has maximum number of computers. You should justify your answer also. You should justify like as it has maximum number of computers. Hope you all understand. So let us move on to the next question quickly. Which fast and effective wire transmission medium should be used to connect the prime office at Bangalore with the Chennai division? So they're asking you to have a wire transmission medium with this fast and effective. Okay, and it is used to connect between what? the office in Bangalore and Chennai division. So for fast and effective wire transmission medium, we are using the fiber optic cable. Okay. Fiber optic cable. You can write as fiber optic cable or you can write as optical fiber cable. Let us read the next question. Which network device will be used to connect the digital devices within each location of Chennai division so that they may communicate with each other? So for connecting each location in the Chennai division, what is the device? The networking device they're asking you. You can write switch or hub. Switch or hub should be installed in between each locations under the Chennai division so as to communicate with each other. So let us move on to the next question. A considerable amount of data loss is noticed between the different locations of Chennai division which are connected in the network. So suggest the networking device that should be installed to refresh the data and reduce the data loss during the transmission and to and from the different locations of Chennai division. So they are having the considerable amount of data loss in between under the Chennai division. So they are asking you to suggest the networking device that should be installed to refresh the data and to reduce the data loss, okay, during the transmission to and from the different locations. So for this you can use the repeaters. So repeaters are used for regenerating the signals. So whenever we are using the repeaters, so it might reduce the data loss as it is regenerating the signals in between each and every locations. So your answer is repeaters here. Hope you all understand the previous question. So let us move on to the 34th question. So what is a difference between W and A file modes in Python? So you know that W modes, it is open the file for it is opening the file for writing only, but A mode, it is opening the file for appending. Okay, so under the write mode it overwrites the file if the file already exists, but in the append mode it will be writing onto the continuation. Okay, if the file already exists, what will happen? It will be starting from the end of the file. It will be appending the data from the end of the file. Okay, so the cursor, the pointer will be at the starting of the file, beginning of the file, but in the appending mode the file pointer will be at the end of the file. Okay, if the file exists, the file pointer will be at the end of the file. If the file not exists in the append mode, then it will be creating the new file for writing. Hope you all understand this write mode and append mode in Python. So let us move on to the 34th second question. So consider the binary file items.dat containing the records stored in the given format. So they have given the key as item ID. So this is your key and the values which is given here is item name and amount in the list format. So it is in the list format. So this is your value. Okay, so what you should do, you should write a function copy new that copies all records whose amount is greater than 1000 from items.dat to new items.dat. So let us see this program in detail now. So you should open copy new, copy underscore new. For this you should open a file called copy underscore. Okay, so as given in the question, then you should open the items.dat in RB mode. Okay, RB means it is reading in the binary mode. Then you should open the another file named new items.dat in write in the binary mode. Okay, so the first one is in the file handle F and the second one is in the file handle F2. So under the try and except block, so we are having try and except block and while true loop is there. So under the while true loop we are loading the datas. So we are loading this F, that is your F, which is your reading this file F and storing that in the data, After that, we are iterating by using the for loop for item underscore id, comma, and this is your key and the values. In the form of tuples, we are writing item underscore name and the amount. Item underscore name and amount in data dot items. So this data dot items represents the values. And then if amount is greater than 1000, okay, then it is checking for amount is greater than 1000, which is given in the question. After that, if the amount is greater than 1000, then it is dumping all the datas into F2, that is your new items.dat. Okay, so it is dumping like what? It is dumping item underscore id, this is your key, and the values in the form of tuples, item name and amount, and we are dumping that in the F2, that is your file handle F2, except end of file error. Okay, so this is how you should write the answer for this question. Hope you all understand this. Let us move on to the next question quickly. So there is an option or question. The or option is there. So they are asking you, what is the advantage of using with clause while opening a data file in Python? Also give the syntax of with clause. So let us see the advantage of using with clause and the syntax for with clause in detail now. So the advantage of using this with clause is, so it automatically closes the file after the nested block of code. Okay, we does not need any close function. It automatically closes the file, and it also handles all the exceptions also occurred before the end of the block. So by using this with statement, we can use the exceptions and we can use try and exceptional block here. And then by using the with statement, this is your very handy method when you have to use two related operations which you would like to execute as a pair with a block of a code in between. We can use this with statement. Okay, so in the file handling, mostly we are using this with statement, and the syntax for this is with open file name, comma, file mode as file handle, colon. Okay, then after that you can write or read according to your wish. So this is your syntax with open, and open the bracket and write a file name, comma, file mode as file handle, and you should stop it with a colon. Hope you all understand this. Let us move on to the next question in detail. The second subdivision under the B question is a binary file emp.dat has the following structure: emp id, name and salary, where emp id is employee id and name is your employee name and salary is employee salary. Write a user defined function disp underscore detail that would read the contents of the file emp.dat and display the details of those employees whose salary is below 25,000. So they have given the list named emp. So we are having the file named emp, and you should write according to this function disp underscore detail, and you should write the statements to display the details of those employees whose salary is below 25,000. So let us make the indexing of this list. Emp id is under the 0th index, name is under the first index, and salary is under the second index. So they are asking you to display the details of this employees whose salary is below 25,000. So salary is under the index 2. So according to this index 2, we should work under the statements, that is your coding statements. Let us move on to the coding in detail. So this is your function def disp underscore detail. So def disp underscore detail, which is given in your question, and you should open emp.dat in read in binary mode. As we are working under the binary file, you should open that file with reading in binary mode, okay, and store that in the file handle f. And under the try block, we are opening the while true loop and we are reading, that means loading means what? Reading a file and storing that in the data. So loading means reading. reading the data from F. That is your file handle. So what is your F? F is here. So while reading this data, if data of 2, as I said you, the salary is under the index 2. So we are checking for data of 2 is less than 25,000, and if it is less than 25,000, we should print the data. And under the except block, we can give end of file error. Okay, f dot close. If the file reaches the end, then you should close the file. So this is how you should write the answer for this question. It's very easy. Hope you all understand. Let us move on to the next question in detail. So the next question is 35A, subdivision A. Define Cartesian product with respect to RDBMS. So actually, this Cartesian product is under the SQL. That means if they have given any two tables, so if you are multiplying each row of the first table with each row of the second table, okay, then the result set is a combination of all pairs of rows from the two tables. Then it is called as a Cartesian product. Okay, so the Cartesian product is what? Let me write it here. So each row of one table, each row of one table is multiplied with each row of second table. Okay, so finally what will be getting? So the result will be, the result set is the combination, so the combination of all pairs of rows, from two tables. Okay, so this is the second point. So the Cartesian product is the operation of what? Operation of each row of the first table is multiplied with each row of the second table. The result set is the combination of all pairs of rows from the two tables. So if you have written this, then you will be scoring the marks. And the second question is, Sunil wants to write a program in Python to update quantity of 20 of the records whose item code is 111 in the table named shop in MySQL database named keeper. So they given that keeper is a database name and the table shop in MySQL contains the following things: item code, item name, quantity and price. And consider the following to establish the connectivity between the Python and MySQL, and they have given the username as admin and password as shopping and host as localhost. So let us write the program in detail now. So these are very easy questions. So first of all, what you should do, so they have given that you should import mysql.connector here, as this is your MySQL database questions. Okay, let us write the program now. Import mysql.connector. Then after that, by using the connection object con, we are writing this mysql.connector again, mysql.connector. Okay, and we are using the connect function also. So under the connect function, we are having the parameters as host, username and password plus database. Okay, you should add the database here plus the database. So under the first, the parameter is your host. So host is your local host, which is given here is local host. You should write that within the quotation marks, localhost, comma, and username, that is your admin. So you can just write user is equal to admin in the quotation marks, comma, and the next one is your password, and the password here it is which is given here is shopping. So you can write the shopping inside the quotation marks, shopping, comma, and you should not miss the database as the last parameter here. So the database which is given here is database named keeper. You should write that here, keeper, and close this. Okay, after that you should create the cursor object. Okay, you should create the cursor object CUR, and you should call the cursor function. So by using the connection object CON, we are calling the cursor function. Okay, after calling the cursor function, we are creating this cursor object, that is we are storing that function call in this cursor object CUR. After that we are having what is the query. You should write it here. So the query which is given here is to update the quantity to 20 of the records whose item code is 111 in the table name shop. So the query is to update. So just write the update query as you have studied in the SQL. So what is the command? Update shop. So the table name is shop. Updates shop, and use the set keyword, set quantity, QTY. So you should write the correct column name, which is quantity. So just they have given in the question as quantity. Don't write quantity. So instead you can write the correct column name which is produced in the question. QTY is your quantity. So just write set quantity QTY is equal to 20. Okay. Then write where clause, where item underscore code, where item code which is given here, which is 111. So for item code we are having the column name as item underscore code. Don't miss out the correct column name. I am saying again and again, item underscore code is equal to 111, and close the quotation marks. Okay, finally we are going to execute this query. Okay, by using the cursor function. Okay, by using this CUR cursor object, we are going to execute this by using this execute query. Cursor.execute this query. After executing this query, we should save this updated details in the database. For that you are going to use the commit function. You should call the commit function by using the connection object con.commit. Okay, after finally you should close this cursor object cur.close, and you should close this connection object also, con.close. So this is how we should write the question for this A question. Hope you all understand this. Let us move on to the next question in detail. So let us move on to the next part of the question under the 35. So let us read the first subdivision under B. So give any two features of SQL. So we have a main important feature of SQL. So one is security, and another one is it handles large amount of data. So these are very easy questions. Let us move on to the next question. Subdivision 2. Sumit wants to write a code in Python to display all the details of the passengers from the table flight. So it means the table name is flight here, and in MySQL database travel. So the database name is travel here. So you should note that while reading the question. That's very important. The table contains the following attributes. So the attributes are f underscore code, f underscore name, source, and destination. These are the 4 columns. Okay, what he wants to write? He wants to write the code in Python to display all the details. So what is the code? To display all the details of the passengers. So all the details means you should display all the column names, f code, f name, source, and destination. For that you are having select star from table name. Okay, select star from flight. So you can use this command under the query section, and they have used to write the connectivity between the Python and MySQL, and they have given the username, password and host. So let us write the program in detail now very quickly. So first of all, you should import mysql.connector. Import mysql.connector. So after that, you should create the connection object con, and by using the mysql.connector, what we have imported now, and then keep dot and open the connect function, and under the connect function we are going to write the parameters such as host, username and password plus database as given in the previous question. So the first one we are going to write as host. That means host is equal to localhost within the quotation marks, comma, and the next one is user. User is equal to root. Within the quotation marks, you should write the root, and the password which is given here is airplane, AIRPLANE. So don't write as aeroplane, just they have given us airplane. So just see the correct spellings which is given in the question. After that, you should update with database. So the database which is given here is travel. So just write travel and close the brackets. After that, you should open the cursor object cur and call the cursor cursor function. Okay, by using the connection object con, you should call the cursor function and store that in the cursor object cur. After that, you should write the query. Query is nothing but you should display all the details of the passengers in the flight, the table named flight. So you should write the query, select very simple statement, select star from flight. Okay, then close the quotation marks, and by using the execute function, we are going to execute this query. By using the cursor object cur, we are going to execute cursor.execute query. Okay, after that, to display all the data, we are using the fetch all functions. Okay, that means we are storing that fetching functions in the data, in the variable named data. Okay, just write by using the cursor function, cursor object, we are going to fetch all the data by using the fetch all function, and by using the for loop for I in data, we are going to print I. That means line by line the details of the passengers is getting printed line by line if we use the for loop. Then after that, we are going to close the cursor object. Okay, cur.close. Finally, we are going to close the connection object. So con.close. We should close all those things which is very important. Okay, these are the things you should write into this question. Hope you all understand this question. If you have any doubts under this MySQL connectivity with Python, you can go and watch the videos which I have been previously uploaded in the text box. Okay, hope you all understand this video. So study well. Thank you.